What's up, guys? I hope all you doing well. Just gonna do a quick recap of just what happened probably the last couple of hours. Last week, completely, I don't know. I was going through some stuff psychologically, and yeah, I really had a bad week, to say it that way. And I think one of the biggest mistakes you can do is that if you try to trade when you're having a bad day or like you're having problems, right? Psychologically, I think it's the worst thing you can do is just like try to trade that day. And because of that, that was the cause I have like a couple of losses last week, to be honest. A lot of shit in my head, and yeah, like I mean, it is what it is. But we end up having a really good trade today. Um, I closed right in the moment simply because of what the 1 minute was showing me. I still believe that we should go long, like get to these highs. We have a lot of liquidities in here, and at the same time, we came multiple times in the 4 hour. We came and revisit one more time, and some people would say like here, like, oh, why would you enter a long if we have this gap? Maybe this is the weekly gap, by the way, and this is the other weekly gap. Maybe you guys will be thinking like, okay, like we displaced down and stuff like this. We should go lower, blah blah blah. Now the thing is, here we swept a lot of lows, correct? And then at the same time here, we did not sweep this equal lows. Now, if you go into ES, it's completely different. We had a SMT. So SMT is forming the higher time frame, and at the same time, Nasdaq is pushing up and stuff like this. So during this moment, yeah, it was here. I didn't want to take the long until at least I saw a retracement, simply because at the same time ES looked the same. But now the difference is that 430 is here, and then 430 is here. This one. So the difference is that we had another SMT being made. We swept this low. ES did not even get close to that low. Sorry. And then we had another fair value gap here, displacement. So I was like, okay, why shouldn't I take the long? So I ended up taking the long here in Nasdaq. I think I can actually show it. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I took the trade in here. As soon as I saw it, we swept this low. We revisit one more time the fair value gap, and I was like, okay, then I'm gonna take longs. Now, during this moment, of course, like what you be asking me, like, why would you be trading? Like, this is not your normal entry model or whatever. What I've been noticing is like, listen, if there's just days that look clear for you in the higher time frame, why just not take simply the long? Like, why just not take it? I mean, I could have taken a trade here, right? But this is 1 minute, for example. 1 minute is completely different because I don't trade until 9:50, at least where the macro hits, and then the first 20 minutes, sorry, it's just complete manipulation. The only reason, another reason why I closed the trade so early here and then I didn't keep it like going is simply because you can see the opening is giving a clear view that market is not planning right now to go higher. Simply because of the opening, you guys should know that manipulation will go into the market at the first moment. As you can see, the highs that I've been talking about that I tried to take today are going to get hit. Now, why did I close? Again, market opens going higher, higher, higher. So if market have done the opposite first, then I will keep holding the trade. But then why should I keep holding the trade if I already know what's most likely market to do? Situations like this, we already know that market when it opens higher or stuff like this is just to manipulate and just make people believe that we're gonna go higher. But in reality, it's just to trap us. So this is what happened. So I end up closing my two trades and my entry was all the way down here. So at the end, I was already like in a good profit. Like I made a good amount of money today. So now the other part was I had this in my mind, but the thing is like since market was already giving a displacement, then of course I didn't really wait it. But I mean in this moment, right, from here to this high, that's the fibble. Now when I saw that we didn't even reach and the SMT was made in the ES already and stuff like this, then I didn't see a reason to us, like I was saying, like we should get to the 50%, but we're not getting to the 50% because of what's happening. So since we're not, I was like, I will have this, I'll enter here, and then I saw this displacement, and this is where like secure for me. This is like, okay, I'm gonna be moving my stop, bit by bit, and then yeah. As soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, get out. I got out in profits, and then what do I see? Displacement one more time down. Where do we go? To the 50% of the fibble. And what is exactly here? The fair value gap. We came in one more time, swept this low, and keep going higher. My bias wasn't incorrect. Nothing I did today is incorrect. Nothing. Completely correct. I'm completely good. Why? Because in the higher time frame in my bias, right? Let me just take all because now for some reason we can see all the executions, but now it's just too annoying. Basically, now we go to 4 hour. Let's go actually to the M&E Nasdaq contract September. We come in one more time. What do we have here? A bunch of lows, lows, lows. We sweep them. 1 hour displacement, fair value gap here, as you can see. I enter, I think was here then. And then I got up until here. So yeah, you can see we come here to the fair value gap that we left behind, because here's where the displacement plus fair value gap was made. And then SMT holding down here. So what isn't obvious for you guys? Like what could you say like, okay, no, we have to go low. In part I understand because we have like a lot of like they seem equal, and then we have this lows and stuff like this, but I mean at the same time we should see that we have a bunch of equal highs, a lot of liquidity down up there. And then when you look at this to the left side, when you look at below, what other reason, like what market is going to be wanting to look for? Like why we want to go lower? And the most obvious thing, if you guys saw it, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Why wouldn't I take the long? Why not? Like we had perfect accumulation, manipulation, SMT made, distribution. That's like amazing. That was amazing today. So yeah, I took the long and then just send it. Of course, by the way, the moment that I took this entry, and during this moment, let's put the executions again. Fuck. During this moment, when I enter, right, my long was like this, my stop loss was down here, and then my whole target was to go up here. There. Now, I could have hold and just keep my stop loss in the same place, but I don't think I would be able to like psychologically say, yeah, I'm gonna hold this bitch, seeing market going like this. This is the reason why I close it. And the only reason why I didn't like, of course, feel 100% secure is because we are basically going against a gap. Even though we have all the liquidity, oh my god, that's a lot of bullshit. Even if we have all the liquidity here and we swept all these lows, yes, I know. But moments like this, I prefer just to take what markets offer me in the moment. And if I see in the 1 minute that we're opening high instead of going low first, then for me the best thing is just to close the trade, because I'm just gonna close my shit in profit. Like today was like 700 ticks or something like this. So it was a pretty good day. I'm pretty happy for today. I'm not really complaining at all. And I know for a fact that we should be getting to these highs. I just don't see why not. I don't see why we wouldn't. Other thing, I think that's just gonna be it. What happened last week? Well, for example, here, yeah, this one. I tried to short here. I was feeling down, all this bullshit. And of course, I decided to take a trade in shorts. Now, I wasn't wrong, to be honest, at all. Like, the short wasn't wrong. But then, me, instead of being patient and waiting for the first fair value percentage of PM session being hit, I decided to take this one. No, I decided to take this one, and then I took this one. So, in that moment, psychologically, I was just like fucked up, thinking a bunch of shit, and I was like, no, I gotta make money to show, to prove, right, blah, 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 blah. Now, that's the problem. Psychologically, when you're having a bad day or whatever, bro, you just need to just stay away. Or if you're gonna really take a trade, like at least do a proper trade. And even like it was not even like if it was a bad trade. It's just simply like my stop loss was just stupid, and at the same time I was getting way too early in. So yeah, that was the one thing. And then yeah, I think that's gonna be it, to be honest. Right now we just have this trade here. Like we just came now one more time to the first percent for rally gap. As you can see, we swept highs up there. Now we make new highs, and S&P same thing, is doing the same thing. Honestly, just to show you guys, I think I will take a trade, but I'll just take like one contract, like one micro, not mini, so I can get to these highs because I'm really thinking that we should be getting to those highs. I just don't see why not. Like why wouldn't we? In a daily, at the same time, we swept a lot of previous lows. We swept 1 and 2, and then yeah, we open low, and then it just seems like it's just an open low high close for the daily. But yeah, I'm just trying to observe first. I just don't want to take a long in that trade just because wow. But yeah. If it just displays and like if it just displays like this, then yeah, I'm not taking the long. No way. But yeah, like honestly, pretty good day. What else could I tell you guys? I mean, I have nothing else to tell you guys. I'm just like trying to because like listen, since when you live in Dubai, right, the timings for all the sessions is perfect, by the way. Like if you wake up literally at 7 a.m. in the morning, you will be able to have the Asia, the London, and the New Year session and all like as such a good time. As long as you wake up like at 6 or 7 a.m., you will have the Asian session too. Because imagine London session is basically in here in Dubai, it's like at 10 a.m., something like this, or 9, the opening, I think. So imagine, and if you wake up at 7 or 6, you will have the Asia range. 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. you can have the London session, and then basically at 5:30 p.m. o'clock in Dubai you can have literally the New Year session. So like since I wake up early, okay, I only trade one session and stuff like this. Okay, but the problem with that is just I have to wait until 5:30 p.m. so I can trade one session. Now I'm not saying that I'm just gonna be open to trading all the sessions. No. And what I'm thinking at the same time is just simply like to start trading like in higher time frame during these times, just take one trade and then maximum a second trade if I see something in the 1 minute when New York is open. But meanwhile, like that's it. Because like I seen that 15 minutes sometimes that are just very clear. They're super clear. And if they're super clear, then just why not take them? And then today is just one of those days where it was super clear. So I just don't see why. I think even like last week, let me just take all this shit off. Last week, I don't know where I said it. I think it was this. I'm sure. I'm so sure it's this one. We didn't sweep this low, but I'm sure this is what is it? What is it? Wednesday, 9 July. We go to ES. Where is Wednesday, 9 July? Wednesday, 9 July. It has to be this one, right? This low. Let's see. What time is this? 2 a.m. And this low is Tuesday, 10:45. Wednesday. Here. Did we sweep this? No. Am I tweaking? I remember we did sweep something. Bro, I'm tweaking. So we didn't sweep this one, but we did sweep some lows, right? Yeah, we swept this one. All right. It's uncomfortable a bit, but it still counts as a SMT because ES did not reach fully to that low. No, wait, what am I saying? I got a bit confused here. I don't know exactly what's the day, but I literally was saying I made a video in that moment and I was saying this, like why you wouldn't take longs in a higher time frame if it's clear and stuff like this. I don't know, I'm tweaking, bro. Either way, just going back to this, yeah, like I'm not taking the trade simply because we did not give a displacement above this, and as you can see, we're respecting it. So we basically took out highs again, and now we're using literally we made a fair rally gap inside the first percent of fair rally gap. So if I'm not seeing a displacement through that, then I highly doubt we want to go higher. But yeah, this is just a day that, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Monday. That's another thing to have clear. Tomorrow, we have a bunch of news. We have a lot of things tomorrow. And I think last Monday I said that don't be trading. But like days like this in the high time frame, It's just too clear, way too clear. And if it's too clear, then you have to take the opportunity. So yeah, I think that's just gonna be it. I'm gonna stay out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you find this insightful and you learned something from it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.